Hi, my name is Jamie Caron. I'm a community organizer at Krill, and today I'll be talking about the Disability Action Network for Youth, better known as DANY. So DANY is a group for disabled youth ages range from 14 to 28. So DANY is member-led. We utilize each of our own skills to grow and make positive changes in the community. DANY meetings are held every third Friday virtually on the Zoom platform from 4:30 to 6 Pacific Standard Time. DANY seeks to support the nature and well-being of the whole person. So DANY teaches youth the following skills: independent living skills, job readiness, healthy wellness activities, and community organizing trainings. So here's a quote from one of our DANY members, Shane. He likes DANY because it shows that people with disabilities that they can advocate for themselves and that we are disabled but proud of who we are. Shane is a proud DANY member living in San Leandro, California, and below you could see a picture of him holding a voter's guide pamphlet. So some of our DANY advocacy and successes. In 2019, members rallied and marched to save the Hayward Adult School, Mocha Cafe, a, ca- a cafe located in Hayward Adult School. Cafe, the Mocha Cafe provides job training to young adults with mild intellectual disabilities who are between 18 through 22. This was our first DANY success and victory. Our member Shantae actually organized this march. The 2010 passing of Disability History Week. Disability History Week is now the second week of October. DANY members have educated 400 students on disability history. And in 2014, DANY members gave feedback on the new BART trains to make sure they were accessible for people with disabilities, resulting in the new 2018 Fleet of the Future trains we now see on the Bay Area Rapid Transit tracks today. In January 2018, the first 10 cars went into service. In 2016, DANY members led a GOTV campaign along with guidance from former DO Network state organizer Ted Jackson and former community organizer from Krill Dolores Tejada. As a result of this, DANY members increased the visibility voting block by 2,458 voters in California. Next, we'll go into more of our successes. DANY members participate in Disability Capital Action Day at the state capitol every year. Disability Pride Parades. DANY members take pride in their disability. DANY even partnered with statewide organization Yo Disabled and Proud to march in the LGBTQ Pride Parade in San Francisco, CA. In 2013, the parade highlights LGBTQ pride as well as disability pride. In 2018, we put on our first successful DANY conference to educate other independent living centers on the work Krill is doing with DANY. 11 different youth or agencies, including ILCs, attended. So, continuing on, DANY GOTV, which is Get Out the Vote efforts, ongoing. DANY members have been going out and encouraging others to vote, and even partnering with the Alameda Register of Voters, doing outreach tablings at Chabot College and other local colleges, for example. Danny always attends the annual youth leadership picnic put on by CCS Services in Berkeley and networks with other future youth leaders. We have gone together for the past. In March of 2019, Danny was present at Express So Yourself, an event with Congressman Eric Swalwell at a local coffee shop in Hayward. The local event was so you could get to know your congressmen and talk to them about important issues facing the community and the disability community as well. In September of 2019, Krill actually celebrated 40 years of service and advocacy to help seniors and people with disabilities in southern and eastern Alameda County to live independently in the community. It was a huge success. A lot of Krill consumers attended, including DANY members. Krill also received a great amount of thanks and recognition from local assembly members and Congress, such as Representative Eric Swalwell, Rep of District 15, Representative Fiona Maugh's office, Cal Abel, Treasurer, and Fremont's Mayor Lily May even dropped by to honor Krill. All of the staff were honored individually with certificates by Congress member Ro Khanna's office, District 17. And below, you all can see pictures of the event. We have on the left, we have me, Jamie, Krill community organizer with Mayor Lily May at Fremont as she holds up a Krill shirt, a cake saying happy 40th anniversary to Krill. So white cake with red frosting, and me as all the youth, like standing in front of Krill's backdrop, happy, smiling together, celebrating Krill. So in 2000, these are about, this was our first advocacy success. 2009 DANY advocacy against the Mocha Cafe. So you see, we rallied to save the Mocha Cafe. You see here a on the left, a youth is holding up a Hayward Adult School sign saying Hayward Adult School brings jobs. On the right, you can see youth marching down the street and holding up signs, marching together. And here is Ian, one of our DANY members. He says he likes DANY because it gives him a sense of community and belonging. So he is one of our members from Castro Valley, California. He is a white male in a wheelchair, smiling, has glasses, holding up what looks to be a peace sign. Next, one of our successes, Disability History Week, or just Disability History. We on the left you could see one of our members. She is a white female, Asian female. She is teaching others. She has a microphone in her hand teaching others about disability history at the DANY conference. We see we see a picture of two women. One is Asian and one is Latino and white. Um, they're standing in front of a classroom teaching students disability history. Next, we see a photo. The two other photos we see one is on the top right. One is of all the youth joined by Yo Disabled and Proud staff member Kirk Arana, former Yo Disabled staff member. They're smiling after teaching a disability history presentation. Next we see on the bottom of that, we see students learning about disability history in the classroom. So at DANY, we participate also at advocacy events such as DCAD in Sacramento, which stands for Disability Capital Action Day. And below that, I believe on the left, you can see a bunch of Creole staff and DANY members smiling. Um, Next, we have some members giving feedback on the new BART 2018 trains. We see four young women smiling in this photo standing in front of a BART train. All are DANY members. And this was actually taken in Fremont after a Fremont meeting in the library. Um, so next we have one of our active members, Damari. She said she likes DANY because we learn a lot about disabilities and take field trips. We would like more people to know about us. So this DANY member is from Hayward, CA, California. She is a Latino woman in a wheelchair, smiling in a classroom. Next, we have our DANY and Voting Summer 2016 GOTV campaign. Some of the DANY members participated in a campaign in summer of 2016. Get out the vote, where we increased the number of voters with disabilities in the primary elections. The amount of calls we made networking, attending conferences to share our story and gathered info or some of our successes. And on the far right, you can see youth. On the top, you can see youth phone banking, so getting on the phone and calling a bunch of our Creole consumers and encouraging them to vote. Next, on the bottom of that, you can see that some Creole members are testing the accessibility voting machines. So we have a man in a wheelchair using a touch screen to fill out his paper ballot. Um, and we have a woman standing beside him, guiding him. Um, Next we have a bunch of youth teaching teaching at the conference in Pasadena about our GOTV experience and successes, so more people can learn about us that way. So our 2018 DANY conference, on the far left, we can see several youth smiling in front of our large conference room in Berkeley where we held the conference. Next on the left, we see Ian. He is a youth in a wheelchair, teaching others on, I believe this was disability history or a DANY presentation. But as you can see, our youth are very active in the community this way and educating the public. Next, on the bottom left, on the bottom of the picture of Ian teaching, we see some um, a band providing some entertainment for us at the DANY. This was taken at the DANY conference as well. They are called the Dream Achievers, based out of Fremont, California. They're really good, and they're a band made up of people with disabilities. Next, we have our event, Expresso Yourself with local Congress member Eric Swalwell. So the first image on the left side, we can see Ian, a white male smiling in his wheelchair. We have in the middle, Eric Swalwell, a white male with blonde hair. Um, Next, we have Jamie Caron, one of Krill's community organizers. She is smiling. Hold there. There's both Jamie and Ian are smiling with Swalwell standing very close to him. Next, we actually beside that photo we have Ian talking to senators, Representative Swalwell, about the issues he wants to see fixed in the community. And you can see an orange flag on his wheelchair, so he is noticeable in the crowd. So next we have DANY travel training and fun. So DANY also has taken some trips. We visited the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in summer of 2013 with one of our travel trainers. Esperanza was her name at the time. She is uh, the woman in the wheelchair. If you can see, all the youth are smiling, and um, she travel trained us there. So all of us had a lot of fun, and we got to learn a little bit of travel training along the way. We got to explore different sites of Santa Cruz, such as different rides, the beach, food, venues, and a little of the shops. So we're hoping there are more plans for this in the future. Next, we also have a bowling trip that the youth did with our travel trainer Esperanza. So we in April 2014, they went bowling at Castro Valley Bowl. So this was another travel training session, and we participated as a group. All of us got a chance to meet and participate because we got accessible bowling lanes which made it more fun and enjoyable for everyone. What is krill now? I'm sure you're thinking, what is krill? So krill, we stand for Community Resources for Independent Living. We're located in Hayward on 8th Street. Our phone number is 510-881-5743. So these are our services. So we have information and referral, personal assistance referral, housing search assistant benefits, housing search assistance benefits, employment benefits assistance, peer support, travel training, community leadership academy, individual advocacy, systems change, and community organizing, assistive technology, device lending library, voters registration and education, emergency preparedness, and independent living skills training, as well as group advocacy. So, yeah, you learned a little bit about Danny and Krill. I hope you will join us. Below, this is a thank you slide with, on the far right, you see red roses, to symbolize our motto, Krill isn't any less than a rose. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If interested, my contact info can be found below. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope more people will get involved with Danny or other of our Creole services. Thank you.